Well, with Epic Universe looming this summer, opening in just about a month, it seems like almost on a daily basis that Disney is announcing new discounts, new deals, some of them going into 2026. And then today they come out with more discounts aimed at annual pass holders. And these are very significant. In fact, I don't recall seeing this drastic of a discount on some of these things from Disney in recent history. So in this video, we are going to go through what these new discounts are, how you can get them, and what this could mean about what it's looking like this summer for Walt Disney World. So we're going to read through an article here and give some thoughts on it. So hi, I'm Jared with Capture the Magic, and this is from Blog Mickey, and it says 2025 VIP, they say VIP pass holder days, but VIP pass holder days. Detailed, limited 40% dining discount, exclusive lounge, and more. So following an initial announcement that VIP pass holder days would be returning this summer, Walt Disney World has released more details about what pass holders can expect. As a reminder, VIP pass holder days run May 14th to June 30th, and here are the details. There are increased dining discounts. Pass holders can save 40% at select dining locations for a limited time this summer, Monday through Thursday only, and these savings are available as part of the pass holder summer days. So you can save 40% at the following table service restaurants Monday through Thursday from May 14th to June 30th. You have Boatwright's Dining Hall, Cape May Cafe for dinner only, Hollywood and Vine, Toledo Tapas Steak and Seafood, and Tusker House Restaurant for lunch and dinner only. You can also save 40% at the following table service restaurants, valid again Monday through Thursday from July 1st to July 31st. This is Ale and Compass, breakfast and lunch only, Coral Reef, the Diamond Horseshoe, Tiffin's, and Whispering Canyon. I mean, doing 40% off of dining. I mean, anytime you see when Disney is really trying to get people into the parks, especially focusing on annual pass holders, 30% discounts usually mean, they're really trying to get the pass holders to come back into the parks. Now, you usually will see this on merchandise and things like that, but 40% off of select dining, I mean, you are approaching cast member discounts getting to that point, because I think the cast member discounts sometimes are 40 to 50% depending on the restaurant or level, as far as I remember how it's been before. And the timing of this also may essentially, a lot of these deals going from mid-May to the end of July, I think tells a lot about what Disney may be worried about, which is the summer. And obviously Epic Universe opens May 22nd. So I'm going to point to, I think Disney is looking at their bookings and not liking what they are seeing, given the discounts we've already seen this year and the more discounts they released just last week. And another thing I've said all along they will probably do, and I think they're clearly doing, which is trying to bolster the amount of annual pass holders that they have. Now, we've seen them already slash the down payment for annual passes. It used to be $205 down, and then they came out and slashed the down payment down to $99 per month. So they're clearly trying to get more annual pass holders, and a lot of these discounts already are targeted at pass holders. So this, again, 40% off of select dining for annual pass holders. They are really trying to get people in these sit-down restaurants. And I can tell you by looking just this morning, there is availability at some of these restaurants that just a few years ago were almost impossible to get a reservation for. One of them being Topolino's Terrace. Topolino's Terrace is a great restaurant, and typically it has been very difficult to get a reservation there over the years. And as of this morning, right before, even still for breakfast or lunch, there's like 15 spots available that you could get. And I think that with the increased cost of a Disney vacation, including the lightning lanes and things, I've often argued that people are not just spending more money on their vacations, they're cutting their spending in other places. And one of those, I think, has been and will continue to be sit-down dining. I think a lot of people just aren't doing it. It's expensive. And if they're already spending more money on lightning lanes and things of that nature, they're not doing sit-down dining. And I think these discounts point to that, because you would not be running 40% discounts on some of these dining places if they weren't needing people to be in restaurants. And I think it just comes down to as simple as that. I said the same thing about the bookings and the hotel deals, running $99 a night for the All-Star Sports, I believe, All-Star Movies, one of the All-Star Resorts, if you're a Disney Plus subscriber, and really good deals even on the moderates and some of the deluxe category hotels. You would not be running these deals if your hotels were booked. And I think it's very obvious that they're seeing something in their bookings that they're not liking for this summer, undoubtedly. Now, looking into the fall, who knows? It could also be looking that way, but clearly they are looking to bolster something in revenue and attendance this summer. And, there's a lot of factors that can go into it, but undoubtedly it is going to be part of this is because of Epic Universe. I mean, the timing of this is right around when it opens, trying to lure people over, and this is right smack in the middle of when this new park is opening. And, you can put 2 and 2 together to see how this is probably going to impact Disney. Obviously unknown yet, but I think Disney's own behavior here definitely proves that point. They also announced as part of this as well, VIP Passholder Days exclusive lounge. It says relax in the comfort of a Passholder exclusive lounge at Epcot from May 14th to July 13th. And the times for this are 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. in the restaurant Marrakesh and the Morocco Pavilion at Epcot, which this is the same place they've done this before. They've also had the, I think it's Blue Cross Blue Shield lounge before in the same place here. So they oftentimes use this area for different lounges for different reasons, but they have done a Passholder lounge here before, I do believe. Then they also even have more discounts for DisneyStore.com. So from June 2nd to June 22nd, Walt Disney World annual pass holders can save 20% on purchases at DisneyStore.com. So if you're looking to get some stuff on the website there, you can use that using the promo code WDW20. I don't know if it's going to check if you're an annual pass holder. I'm assuming it probably will, but if you're not, I guess you could try that promo code there. But I mean, undoubtedly, I think the main thing with this one being 40% off of select dining locations. And again, I don't recall seeing this in recent history. I'm sure they probably have done it before. But I do think we're in the midst of seeing Disney potentially start pulling out a lot of discounts and deals to try and get people to come over. What they were saying a year ago about Epic Universe and that they weren't worried and the rising tide lifts all ships and they're going to bolster our attendance. And I think at one point they even said they were expecting to see a mid 5 to 8% growth or jump in attendance from Epic Universe. And as we've gotten closer to Epic Universe opening, it's been very obvious that either they didn't believe it then or something has changed or they were underestimating the impact of Epic Universe. Because if you thought that Epic Universe was going to bring a bunch of people in and it was going to just, flow over to you as well, you wouldn't be running all these deals. In fact, you would just be like, hey, they're going to come over here. Like, we're fine. We're going to see, rising tide lifts all boats and here they come. They're going to come in and we're going to make a bunch of money. But offering the amount of discounts they've announced for just this summer, and we've done previous videos on those. You can go check those out about all the different discounts that they're running. And then these discounts are focusing on the annual pass holders, which I think they may end up putting a lot of discounts on the annual pass holder end of things because that is another area, again, they want to bolster because if you're an annual pass holder, if you're somewhat of a local, more than likely you're going to come into the parks a few times at least to justify having an annual pass. Maybe I think they say on average the surveys were, most annual pass holders in the Florida area will come to Disney 3 to 4 times per year. So if you can get somebody who maybe wasn't going to come at all or was going to come once and get them to come multiple times, even though Disney would much rather have people on infrequent trips that are spending more money, if we look at what they've really focused on the last 5 years especially, your next best thing there are people that are close, that have a lower barrier to come. They're closer. They don't have to travel a long ways. They may not stay on property, but if they come to the parks, you're still making money on the annual passes, but they'll likely, with these discounts, spend more money. And I think that's another area that Disney's going to focus on because I think now they are in this chip away days from Universal as much as they can and try and bolster some of the remaining difference from locals and annual pass holders. And I think clearly that is the method and the plan that they're doing here. So you could see them pull out even more discounts. You also could see them pull out more perks bringing back. I still think there is a decent chance that Magical Express comes back. They don't have any new attractions to combat Epic Universe that are going to be online in the next 2, 3, 4 plus years potentially. So in this time period, they are going to have to try and bolster their attendance basically through discounts, perks, and trying to just come up with different offers to try and lure people in. And I think they would be really good to regroup, get value back to the tickets, like fix a lot of the issues in the parks, use this as a time for self-reflection, realizing maybe, hey, we've gotten a little too aggressive with this and we've had a lot of pushback, even from fans, but even from mainstream outlets openly criticizing Disney's price hikes and the pricing out the middle class, pricing out families, and the group of people that built Disney World into the destination that it is, which is the middle class with families. That is the people that essentially made Disney World into the destination that it is. This is, again, why I love competition, because in a vacuum, Disney was able to basically operate however they wanted because they just dominated, and they still do, dominated the theme park space. But Universal has been encroaching eating into market share and doing a lot of very exciting things, one of which being Epic Universe and the Wizarding Worlds and all these things like that. So with competition, people have an outlet. If they still want to go to theme parks, they can go check out Universal. And there are other theme parks, undoubtedly, of course, but I'm talking about these top tier destinations like Disney World and Universal Studios. And this is why I contend competition is great, because it's going to force Disney to compete, because they can't just price things however they want and people still come. Clearly, people have a breaking point. You're also talking about economic factors out there outside of just the value you get with the Disney vacation, because the pricing they've gotten to, a lot of people can go to Europe and spend less money and go on a week-long, 2-week-long vacation and feel like they got more for their money versus going to Disney World. And I think this is the issue they've also gotten into, is they price themselves at such a premium destination, but pulling away those perks, it's not a premium vacation in terms of what you're paying and what you can get at other places. And I think this is part of the issue they have as well. So I think a regrouping would be great for them, because I do want Disney to get back to the things they used to do and really have this good competition with Universal and just set up the next decade where we have 2 theme park destinations that are battling out for your vacation dollar and trying to get you into their parks with new attractions, new things to offer, and all these things. So this could be a good thing for Disney in the long run if they're able to regroup, get back to what they're doing, and get back on track, because at this, during all this as well, next year there's going to be a new CEO coming to the mix. What do they do with pricing? What do they do with the parks? That will be very interesting to see. So there's a lot of things going on with Disney outside of just the theme parks. And this could be Disney maybe coming a little late to the ball game, realizing, oh no, Epic Universe is going to impact us. The good reviews, the good word of mouth about this park is only going to grow. And they're going to have to just dig into their bag of goodies in terms of discounts and perks that they can do to try and get people to come over, and this one being one of them. So I think undoubtedly we're looking at Disney being a bit worried about Epic Universe and trying to mitigate the damage that it could do to their attendance, because again, the theme parks are the biggest driver of money making for Disney in terms of the whole company as a whole. So taking a hit on the theme park side is not good for the company either if that scenario plays out. So a lot of things going on here, but thought this was very interesting. And given the pace in which they've been doing discounts, we could see even more discounts announced between now and next week, especially before Epic Universe opens and sometime in the summer. So we were likely to see more of these. They could add more annual pass holder discounts. They likely will. And we'll have to see how this all shakes out. But either way, that's going to be it, though, for this video. If you like this video, please like it and subscribe to the channel as we do all its coverage here of Universal Studios, Epic Universe, Disney World, and pop culture. And let us know in the comments, what do you think about this 40% off select dining for annual pass holders? And do you think all of these deals combined are going to help against Epic Universe? And until next time, we will see you in the parks.